And welcome back to this bonus episode of Kirby Squeak Squad. Last time we fought the Squeaks for their final time, chronologically speaking, and stopped Dark Nebula, ruler of the underworld. And you can see all these little sparkly stars here, so we have 100% the game. And we're in that weird split screeny kind of mode. You'll see why in a moment. So I just wanted to show this off because I didn't in the LP. This is all the power-ups you can possibly get. And once you actually beat the game, you also get access to the triple star in every level. So that's kind of nice. This is the ghost power-up for getting the ghost medal. Yeah, you can basically possess enemies, that's all it is. Nothing too fancy. But we wanted to take a look at the collection room. So you have all these, so you have basically the star seals, which are actually story items. You have the sound test, which is actually rather extensive. 36 songs and 239 sound effects. So yeah, that would take a while. You have a tally of all of our extra life. The keys to unlock the X stages. Not really that big of a deal, because you have to play them all anyway to get 100%. The ghost medal, just one shit that. All the scrolls that you can collect. All of the sheet music that unlocks more of the sound test. There's actually a link to the sound test from that part of the menu. The boss medals that actually unlock a boss endurance rush, which I will not be showing for obvious reasons. You have all the colors, so you have pink, yellow, which was actually Kirby's original color according to Shigeru Miyamoto. He wanted Kirby to be yellow, but Sakurai wanted him to be pink. Guess who won out in the end? Sakurai, I don't know, he just comes off as someone who's like really stubborn. I don't know if that's an accurate assessment of Sakurai, but I'm not surprised he got his way, because he usually seems to get his way. Red, green. If you played Amazing Mirror, you will be familiar with those colors. Snow, I showed off a little bit in the Project Carbon. Ocean, which is usually my preferred choice of Kirby, but I want to keep it pink for the most part. Sapphire, which is sort of midnight colored actually. Grape, emerald, orange, chocolate, cherry, chalk, which is like retro. Shadow, which is also an Amazing Mirror reference. Ivory, citrus, white, and lavender. So let's just go back to pink Kirby for now, just because. So then there's the bottom screen stuff. So these basically change the look of the bottom screen. Normally I just stick with the default, or if I don't stick with the default, I usually go with this one. I don't know why, but again, just change that back to default just because. This is a treasure map. This is what unlocks the item area that we showed off at the beginning of this. And lastly, you also find puzzle pieces. So these are the 4 puzzles that you can actually unlock through getting all of the puzzle pieces. So again, this one is just Kirby. Boring. This one is several of the transformations. The 2 top ones most of them are new except for Sword and Ninja. The other 3 are new. Just want to point that out. You have one of these Squeaks. I think this was like a promo image if I'm not mistaken. And one of the villains, including Nightmare, Dark Matter, Marks, and Deity, but not O2. Not them complaining that O2 is not in this one. We'll get to him eventually if I keep playing through all the Kirbys, which I plan to. Oh, O2 is not a nice character. Let's just put it that way and move on. I did not mean to accidentally hit Y. I didn't know why I did that. So unfortunately, from what I can tell, to back out, you have to actually reset the game. The menu will probably be at a weird aspect ratio because I'm going to crop this part because it doesn't matter with the menu. So we want to show also these sub games. So these are all touchscreen based. Boss Endurance we're not going to show. Speedy Tea Time is basically an endurance thing. You basically have cake that you have to retrieve, and you also have to watch out for accidentally tapping a bomb on the bottom screen. And I'm at a really weird angle, so I'm gonna try this. I lost because I was just getting into a position, because it's really hard when the touchscreen's that small. So, just a second. We're gonna do this for this one only. So now we can actually see what we're doing, and I still screwed it up. So if you swallow a bomb, you're temporarily stunned, which is kind of self-explanatory. Why eating an explosive would probably stun you for a turn. So I'm playing on level 2 difficulty, aren't I? Because I'm tapping it like as fast as I can, and nothing is happening. Just wanted to point that out. Finally, on the board. Maybe I should have practiced with level 1. And it was a bomb, so it was a waste. That's lovely. Also, the huge cakes are worth double points or something. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And we won, barely. I was at level 2. To be honest, it's easier on a DS because you have both screens, same size. So it is easier on a 3DS. You have Smash Ride, which involves using the Warp Star. We're gonna keep it this view even if it's less than ideal. You can see the action on the top screen. Basically hold down and flick to boost into people. It sort of reminds me of like the bumper ball minigame in Mario Kart to some extent. Not Mario Kart, Mario Party. It's really difficult actually on this difficulty. I think I selected level 2. Because I'm getting kind of comboed. It's harder when you're only working with a limited portion of the touchscreen, because you only like touching on the borders, like the black borders, does nothing. So you have to really be paying attention. Again, easier on the DS when you have an entire touchscreen at your disposal. You can also do quick swipes to just move around mostly, and dodge. Also, the boss brush mode, I should also point out, just use Tornado. It completely breaks the boss rush. So now we also have Treasure Shot. This one's the hardest, so I'm gonna do level 1. Spare myself the trouble. You basically slide in a direction to pick up the treasure, or in this case, food. But it's really, really hard on the gamepad. You can kind of see what's happening on the top screen. Again, imagine trying to do this with the surface area of the other view, where it's like super tiny. That would not be my idea of a good time. So we're just gonna do it this way. The ones that take multiple hits do take longer, and I accidentally swallowed a bomb by accident, so that's my bad. I think I still won. Not barely, by quite a substantial margin. Okay, so that was all the extra games I want to show, and we still have a couple more things to do, so swap back to the other view. Boss endurance, there's one thing I want to go over in the boss endurance, and that's that basically you do get that first room where you get to select all the power-ups, so don't worry about that. You can have your fair share of power-ups. So yeah, I'd say just go with Tornado and sweep everybody. And also, if you 100% the game, you unlock this option called Extra, which is basically a speedrun mode that times you, and you have to do it all in one file. It's sort of a replacement for the Meta Nightmare in Adventure, but that's literally all there is left to Kirby. So I hope you enjoyed watching this LP, and I will see you for my next one, which will probably be something I haven't actually decided, but it's going to be a bigger project than this, I promise. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me then for more whatever I decide to play.